Morning folks, it's a lovely bright Saturday morning here in deepest darkest Buckinghamshire. So for those of you who've been following the Mercs Minis vids in the last week or so, you'll know that I've put together, did a little construction video on the tanshard of the Nightbringer. You can see here, fully constructed. And you probably remember that I've said it now went together really well. It's an absolutely amazing model, absolutely fantastic model. So the pose is really dynamic. For those who are into art, it's got the golden ratio, that kind of circular motion going from the bottom and then across the head. Lovely kind of balance there. Really, really artistically put together. Therefore, it's pleasing to look at. It looks really cool. Loads of detail as well, and lots of opportunities for a good, but I suppose also fairly kind of quick painting as well. I'm hoping to work on this fairly quickly. I've got personally, I find larger models less daunting to paint, which, you know, I don't know, that's just a kind of a weird mindset thing. So what I've done last night after coming back home from work is do a bit of work on the base and get the base to a position where I'm sort of going to be fairly happy with where it is. You've got a little bit of basing on the miniature itself. Let's just get a brush to point with. So you can see you've got, let's just zoom into that actually, you've got some sort of the essentially what is linking the model to the base. We've got sort of stony striations of rock there. What I've done, I've put some army painter. Let's see, let's get the picture and do a bit of a hard silver army painter. Some of their, what do they call it, their battlefield rocks. The print sale £4.75. Quite a good little buy. It's just bits of chalk, but they're random sizes and they look quite good as rocks. I've also got a bag, it's going to be hard to see, it's so dusty. Oops, but a bag of slate chippings as well. I've no idea where I got those from, I've had them for years. I've got a slate in the front garden, I'll probably end up nicking bits of that as it gets broken. So there's some bits of slate in there as well, which just add a bit of extra interest and detail. I've also got, I want to call them granite chippings, but I'm not sure they are. But I've had, oops, oh, that's the end of that lid. This is a box I've had for years. My marvellous father got that for me, probably from, it's probably base materials that are used for scale modelling for trains and stuff. So it looks like kind of granite chips. Just does something a bit different to sand. So I've got that as the main basing element. I've also put some sand on top as well, just to fill in the gaps. When that's sprayed up, that should give it a really good kind of element of texture. And then again, let's do a little bit of a horrible digital zoom. You can see I've got a Blood Angels Sanguinary Guard helmet, that is, isn't it? So that's just a little bit of foreground interest. So that we painted up, you know, in gold with some red detailing, and probably end up doing a bit of blood for the blood god or something similar just at the base. So it looks like the death the Nightbringer has popped out the ground, immediately killing a space marine. So, and that will be a nice tie-in for when 11th edition drops. I will paint the Marines up for that as Blood Angels. I've got a big Blood Angels army that are in various states of being painted, so that'll be a kind of nice, I suppose, a reason to move on with those. Okay, so cool, so that's been good. I'm going to drop out and go and spray this guy. I'm going to spray him in black and then bring him back and just let you see what it looks like with when it's all painted up, so you can see how the texture looks, and you know, this bizarre kind of sand and granite look all should blend together pretty well. Cool, okay, see you soon. So back after a quick smash with a rattle can in black. That was using one of the Colour Forge colours, so they're standard black, you know, what's essentially the Colour Forge version of Chaos Black. Did consider doing this with an airbrush, because I do a fair bit of undercoat with airbrush, but it just takes a long time on larger models to get a really sort of good cover. So yeah, so there we go. So looking pretty good. Fairly even cover over the model. You can see now on the base. I'll just zoom in a little bit on there. There are a few patches to the direction of the rattle can, but it kind of brings everything together. And you can see the bits of slates. You can see those cork rocks as well from Army Painter, and this sort of, it brings the sand and the granite chips together nicely. So I will go over this all before I start painting it with a thin down, a bad and black wash. I mean, that's a fairly quick job, nice big brush, get a load of it, thin it down super quick, and then it's good to go essentially. So the tanshard of the Nightbringer is going to sit alongside my Satan Shard the Void Dragon. It's a bit like good and evil here, isn't it? With the white and the black. Okay, so I've had this dude just before Christmas, made him up again, pretty quick build job, really high quality model again, which you would expect, and uncoated white mostly because of doing those very aluminium silver surface silvers, and so we get a nice finish on the greens I'm going to do for the little force lightning stuff. So they're going to be similar models in terms of size and the fact they're Satan shards and their dynamic poses, and they will have a tie-in with the greens, the kind of Necron greens. But I think this guy's going to have, there's going to be some more purpley blues going on as well, similar to the box art, but I will deviate from that a bit. What I will stay with is the actual physical being much more of this kind of metallic colour. Okay, then you'll get a nice contrast between the black hood and cowl and cape, and the person, the Satan shard that's captured within. So looking forward to painting those. So you can watch along as that goes on. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching so far, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.